And no voice line for that? Enormous tree in the part of the mansion.
This door is locked as well. If the Countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
Good question. Here lies Valor. Rest eternally,
Here
beloved
lies
daughter.
Elodie. Rest eternally, beloved daughter, beneath the tree that once watched you grow. So this is where Elodie is buried.
Right inside a house that also has an enormous tree. Well then. Not sus at all.
Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elodie laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir. A grand ship on the open sea. Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it.
True. I like that one. Of the man. But no screaming god in the sky.
The sinking of a ship. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down. Looks like some sort of clue.
Clue? Trace the
Trace
tree's
the
journey.
tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
Will I be able to interact with paintings to arrange them? My lady, I must confess never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I am capable of the task, but I must inform you that it will require a significant sum. Certain parts will need to be specifically crafted in the city, and I must first commission the necessary plans. What you are asking for is a piece of intricate engineering, but rest assured there will be a more ingenious way to restrict access to certain areas of the house. If it pleases you, I propose to delineate the space as follows. Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. Area C, kitchen servants' quarters. I've provided a sample mechanism for Area C, adhering to the original concept. I would greatly appreciate a prompt response so that I may proceed with ordering the remaining mechanism as blacksmith.
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas.
Drawing and dining room. Countess Lady Margaret. I feel like we saw a different name for her. Or it was misspelled. It was either misspelled or they had a different name. Age 68, an English aristocrat from a noble bloodline 20 years ago, her daughter Elodie was brutally murdered. Now, after all this time, she's come to me to finally put the pieces together and solve the case once and for all. If you look closely, you can see that in her eyes she's been carrying the burden of her tragedy far too long. John Merver, age 51 at the time of Elodie's death, the housekeeper of Bloomsbury Manor. I also feel like the Bloomsbury has been spelled differently a couple times. Her family has served the Forsyte lineage since the days of King William IV. John's loyalty is unshakable, but we can't quite mask her unease with recent events within the manor walls. The kind of woman who knows more than she says and hides more than she knows. Elodie stayed Weston. Elodie has been committed to a sanatorium for having dark thoughts. But she appears to make a full recovery and return home. Only 1 month later, she was murdered. Lady Margaret seemed consumed by an obsession with house security. She was installing an elaborate security system when the tragedy occurred. And what was it that troubled her so deeply? Something or someone greatly unsettled John Marver, the housekeeper, enough to break long-standing family traditions surrounding the Forsyte household. Area A. Which area is that? Area B.
This door appears to lead out to the back garden. Locked with a padlock.
Interesting.
I'll need to find
padlock.
the key.
What the hell is this? Why is he screaming? Hello. Ooh. Well. Oh, that's the painting, so we'll need to arrange, I guess.
Some of these paintings are really dark and sinister.
Some, but I wouldn't say all. Diary.
This looks like Elodie's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I would read all of it.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer.
Well, now we know why she was obsessed with the shipwrecks for a while there.
A young woman screaming in the middle of the darkness.
I'm so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must
Walter's
admit,
looking quite old.
I am utterly
Darth and her.
captivated by him. I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
That
They
is
looked so in
love.
love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elodie died.
Good question. Very good question. 3, 4. Interesting statues.
Locked, as expected. There's a metal engraving of a tree.
It's not very complicated
Those
puzzle.
poor souls. Tragedy seems to have cast a long shadow over this family.
Lord Forsyth disappears under mysterious circumstances. Huh. I don't think there's anything else, so let's unlock the door. They could have at least randomized the order. Whoa, shit. I'm sorry, there's very loud lightning outside. You're jump scaring me. Wait a second. I probably shouldn't really be streaming when there is a thunderstorm outside. But if I suddenly disappear, you will know why. But I also turned off all the other stuff.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
Walter Brandon, Stella Morris, Bus. Damn it, it's not here, simply not here.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for?
Walter? Elodie Forsyth, age 18 at the time of death. Lady Margaret's daughter, Elodie was sent to a sanatorium after showing signs of minor psychiatric troubles. Just 18, she met her and murdered in a cold blood. She slept in the family mansion. Something doesn't sit right about the way her story was left erased. Unfinished. 30. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, okay. What it was, 1920s? 1925? She was less than 18 when they met. He was probably like, what, 29, 28? Okay, a young captain of the merchant navy and daring adventurer. After surviving a shipwreck and spending months stranded On a remote island, he sought recovery in the sanatorium. It was parchment melody, and amidst the shadows of recovery, the romance blossomed, a spark in a place where hope often feels out of reach. One fate befell Walter Brandon in the wake of Valor's tragic death. A romance between Ellen and Walter Brandon. Elodie had fallen in love with Walter, man she met in the sanatorium. After they discharged, she invited him to stay at her family manor. I do not like anything about this anymore.
Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
She was looking for his ship. Why does my lantern disappear all the time? I do not like the sounds we're hearing. Please don't jump out at me. Potatoes.
A boarded up door. The
Brilliant.
access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason.
Mostly because there's water raining from the ceiling.
Something definitely happened here. These broken chairs. Someone must have held them to the ground with great force.
Mm-hmm. Can you... No. I get to grab that.
Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over. It looks like this vase was shattered.
Mm-hmm.
Not just dropped, but smashed with intent.
Smashed with intent.
A silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction.
Who knows? It could have been taken before. It could have been the murder weapon. It could have been a million of other explanations of why a knife can be missing. It could have been lost years before. Although in that case they would probably leave the missing slot not in the middle but at the side. Although since it's 4x4, still could have been lost days or years before. I wouldn't jump to conclusions. The game will do that all by itself. That was hella loud. Excuse me. There you go.
Looks like the crowbar is broken.
Too bad. Toilet. Tell staff
Lady
members.
Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff and left the mansion.
Following the funeral of your beloved daughter Elodie, you are kindly requested to proceed to the main hall of the estate, where you shall each receive a payment equal to 3 months' wages. With this gesture, your service to this household shall come to an end. Lady Forsyth extends her deepest gratitude for your loyalty and devoted service. Redstone. Elegant. Toilet! Buddy. Whose breathing is that? You hear it? What the fuck? How about no? How about no? Just like no, 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 no.
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin.
I'd say.
Deeply unsettling.
There's a ghost literally breathing in the corner of this bathroom. And you're not gonna comment on it? Fucking hell.
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
And? I cannot read from that distance. For Sunday, I want remember to go to the market to buy the. It's gonna. Sancta. Texan's housework, English.
A good way to motivate the staff.
Is it? How is it supposed to motivate anyone?
A backgammon board. One of the oldest board games.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
A doll pierced with an awl. A warning?
A threat. Dear Mother, I wish I could tell you that all is well and that I'm happy here at the Countess' household. Mrs. Merver, the housekeeper, takes good care of me. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to Mrs. Merver, she fears some kind of relapse, and Manor is falling apart day by day. But the worst of it, Mother, is that man, the dark. Presence. I will read from the paper, not from the. Wait. Mrs. Merver. Why is. This is very weird. I just realized that the white text on the right does not represent half of what is written on the yellow paper. I wish I could tell you that all is well and that I am happy here at the Countess' household, but nothing could be further from the truth. Mrs. Merver, the housekeeper, takes good care of me, and I feel safe under her watchful eye. But ever since Miss Elodie returned from her health retreat, things have gone from bad to worse. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to Mrs. Merver, she fears some kind of relapse and does not realize everything that once was Bloomsbury again, then different spelling yet again. Bloomsbury Manor is falling apart day by day, but the worst of it, Mother, is that man, the dark presence. He lurks in the shadows corners of the house when I am cleaning and carrying out my task, and throws himself at me like a wild beast. Oh my God. He's incredibly strong, his great hands seize me, and I feel completely helpless. Luckily, the noise and the struggle always attract someone's attention. At night, I'm afraid to go to the lavatory. There is dim solitude. I feel washed by something wicked, and a deep, spectral breathing leaves me frozen with fear. Yeah, I guess it would. Only Mrs. Mara has listened to me. I believe she too understands that this man is great danger, and that will sooner or later bring about a tragedy. She and I are exhausted. Yours affectionately. Why? Did they not transcribe all of the text? What was that about? It's not like it was difficult to read or anything. That's a lot of bottles.
Miss
Tarot
Marvel
cards!
apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread. And what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
Devil, death, the tower. Is there a door here? Attention staff, will the installation of a new security system in the chambers various be underway? The following have been established. Area B, 34982. 34982. Okay. We can access the area B. Apparently. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that someone is breathing in the scary bathroom.
Is there someone else in the house?
Yes. Walter?
Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Mm-hmm. Fucking hell. Can we not? I do think it's Walter. The fuck was that? No, wrong one. On the night Elodie was murdered, someone tore through the kitchen in a fit of rage. One of the silver knives is missing. A strange shelled man is menacing, looking around mansion, clutching a knife. Brilliant. Shadowy figure, always lurking with a blade in a hand. Searching the showered mystery, no one knows who is or drives him yet when he is near. The air turns cold and danger feels like an inevitable companion. You can sense him in the darkness, watching, waiting. His motives are elusive as the shadows he haunts. Who the devil is this man? Is he the true killer of L&D? What could he possibly be seeking in the mansion 20 years after the murder? Do you think I remember? Where's the... Really? You won't save it for me here? Un momento, por favor. Wrong button. Just gonna have to open my own stream. Three, 4, 9, 8, 2. 3, 4, 9, 8, 2. You'd think they would actually just save it my case files now. But no. Stop putting your lamp away. Oh, so what kind of detective just hides from a man lurking around? You're supposed to apprehend him. Face him, confront him. Why did you pretend like he can see you and hide from him? And then walk around this freaking haunted mansion, not knowing where he is. So much scarier.
This must be Walter Brandon's room.
Oh. Why did he have a room?
A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
A rope? Not at all scary handprint. We're not commenting on for some reason.
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum.
After 20 years? Or is it smells because he's here?
A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor. The diary of Walter Brandon.
Ooh, give me.
Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
And whose portrait is that? On the table. Broken one. Stop putting your lamp away. Like who's... Is it her? I don't know.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face,
So maybe
but
it
his
isn't
knife,
Walter.
The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
What on earth happened? Did Walter also see the mysterious man with the knife? It's absurd. This occurred 20 years ago. Surely that man can't still be lurking about. Can he?
With my luck. Of course he'll be lurking about. Oh!
Coming
Well,
here was a
hello there.
grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me.
This is scary. Scary, scary guy.
I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I woke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world.
Okay.
I know how to conduct myself.
Walter Brand seems to be an honorable man, madly novelity. That's a questionable concept when we consider the age difference. I mean, the honorable part, the kind of it sounds fake. Still, he was accused of taking liberties. One of the maids, something about it doesn't sit right. Do they look very much alike?
The last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take
It was
a look
also
at it.
closed a minute ago.
A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats.
In this age, highly doubt it. Oh,
Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there.
you won't let me read the thing? They just put me out and wouldn't let me read the thing. Now I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna get jumped by the hairy dude every time I leave a room.
Another boarded up door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
I wonder if I could have taken the thing here, what's it called? Instrument here first. No, because I needed the code to open this door. And okay, I answered my own question. Okay, we are outside for some reason.
The killer likely fled through the rear door of the house.
I don't think we are gonna find much evidence 20 years later, do you? I do see something green back there. We'll go into the greenhouse, warm house, greenhouse, whatever you want to call it, in a bit. I'd like to walk the perimeter first. Is it my footsteps or someone else's footsteps?
At that old fountain in the garden, now little more than a basin of stagnant water, one can still make out the faint impressions of bloodied hands. It seems almost certain the killer stopped here, in a hurried attempt to wash away some of the blood spattered across his body.
Interesting conclusion. Also interesting that bloody handprint survived for 20
The gate
years.
still bears the macabre traces of that old tragedy, like a silent witness, pointing to the path taken by that murderous beast as he fled.
You're being way too poetic for this. Let's go into the scary greenhouse, I guess. Music. Where the music? Stop making sounds. Murder weapon.
Here's the missing kitchen knife. Undoubtedly the murder weapon.
Yeah.
A filthy coat, soaked in some kind of blackened, hardened liquid, aged over time. It's clear that the man who killed Elodie discarded his blood-stained clothing during his escape.
And they're showing us the same man that was staring inside the window at Walter. Interesting.
Well, this ought to do the trick for that boarded-up room upstairs, just by Walter Brandon's room.
Indeed. What is this? How did this get in here? How did you get in here? Makes no sense. Also, I need something else. Green is what I need. Not seeing any more of green sparkles. Can I climb? Also, you don't make any sense. I mean, they're definitely freaking me out. Oh, high tree. Where am I missing the green shinies? It's usually to complete a scene. I mean, usually when you have a green ghost standing like this, it means the scene is not yet complete. And then when you complete a scene, you get a black screen and everything resets. So I'd say when you have something, him still here like this, it means I'm still missing something, aren't I? But I can see it, which is a problem. Nice boots though. Is there something green outside? Or is it just normal sparkles? The usual sparkles of this game. Hmm? Hmm? Don't like missing things. But I'm not seeing what I need to see. Please don't jump me. when I come back inside. Okay. So far, so good. No scary jumping. Possibly. Probably. Maybe. Hopefully. Oh. Lucifer, is that you?
Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no doubt, but his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul. This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease.
Nice butt.
Almost repulsion.
Well, we know where she got her artistic talent from. Oh, sorry, you gonna tell me that the murderer is Lord Forsyth? Dr. 2 Smith?
A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels. Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the passing years have likely worn away whatever once marked them.
To this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering this room, expecting to find him there, exhausted yet sleepless, laboring without pause, shut away for days on end without food or rest, carving his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece. With those eyes mad, haunted, the same eyes that seem to afflict every Forsyth heir without exception, the very same enigmatic, sorrowful gaze. I find myself recognizing more and more in Elodie's face with each passing day. The day I saw her, scarcely 3 years old, create her first drawing, I knew then she too was lost. I cursed this wretched inheritance, so steeped in misfortune. Tomorrow I shall take Elodie to the sanatorium. With therapy in a controlled environment, perhaps she might begin to improve. I shall not allow the Forsyth legacy to take Elodie from me as well. 25741. Now I need to write it down, because I shall forget it for sure. 25741. A weird place to stick a code onto. But I guess they decided not to make a logical place for it. Two, 4, 7. Now we're gonna go to the murder room scene. Finally. Aren't we? There it is.
The door is locked. I'll need to find the key.
Not so easy, I guess. Oh. There he is.
Him again. Who the bloody hell are you?
Dude. Can we chase him? It's probably a bad idea, but... guess he's gone. I'm gonna chase more than that. You definitely saw this time.
This room looks like it belongs to a woman. Lady Margaret, perhaps?
Most likely. Lucky stars.
It's a damn fine bottle of wine. No one in their right mind would open a vintage like this and leave it abandoned, unless something rather urgent interrupted the evening. Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open, right where she left it.
It's interesting that they would leave everything as it is. Just like that.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elodie. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elodie remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction.
Either right now I have two theories. Either the men, the creepy men, and the Walter are two different people, or the creepy man and the Walter are the same person. Either or, both are possible at this point of time. A bit difficult, but possible.
The bed is made. The Countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
Beautiful bed, though.
Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elodie went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
He might be hallucinating the man in the window. And everyone else knows that it's him. Because otherwise, why would no one else see that they're two different people? If they were two different people. Especially if he's being grabby with the maid. You'd think she would recognize him.
Something made of glass has shattered here.
Oh my God, what is that noise? It's coming from Elodie's room.
Can I take the keys now? No? Not yet?
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elodie!
Lady Margaret, quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward Elodie's room. I should finish gathering all the clues from the Countess's room before exploring other parts of the house. A key. Likely the one to Elodie's room. Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night.
Huh, true. I
She
forgot
could have
about
heard
that.
the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me?
Yeah, why?
The more I investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers.
Mm-hmm. Why would she lie about that? That's a good question. It's a very good question. Are you there, creepy dude? Or are you even closer? The poker? The whole thing that is, the lock broken. Lots of mirrors.
Photograph of Elodie Fordside and Walter Brandon. If my memory serves me right, it looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum. A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over in the scuffle, or perhaps Elodie dropped it herself in the panic. A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime.
I'd say. Would you like to comment on this? What else are you waiting for? Oh.
There was a struggle here. Clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder.
True.
They say the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened.
Why is there a blood spatter here?
A teacup on the bedside table. Elodie must have lain down that night, perhaps already drifting to sleep.
But the bed would have been made. She would have been under the covers now.
The door's lock, completely broken, indicates
Scary.
someone forced their way into the room, likely startling Elodie awake.
Why is he so creepy? With a knife. Although that's a different kind of knife than the murder weapon, actually.
Elodie tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity.
No,
She
the
lost her
knife
balance
is right.
and fell, breaking the dresser
And it's in
chair.
different hand. The knife is the correct knife now, but it's in a different hand from what it was in a moment ago.
The killer dragged her to the bed, against her will.
Oh, I can't look at his
In the
face.
struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece.
I really don't like looking at his face. Freaks me out.
On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood.
Holy crap.
That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker,
So she
knocking
see
him away from Elodie.
She saw who the killer was. So why did she call us? Okay, this does not make any sense right now. If she knew who the killer was and she fought him, why would the police arrest different random thieves? She probably didn't tell them. So, she probably didn't tell them about her fighting with the killer. And just let them think it was a robbery. Arrest the first random people they thought would fit. But if that is true, why did she need us now? She protected the killer for some reason 20 years ago. I'm so confused.
Wounded, the killer fled the scene. But it was already too late. Elodie was
I
already
don't want to
dead.
look at him. Don't make me look at him.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my
Different
thoughts.
spelling yet again.
It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp. And that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule.
Don't show me his face again. It triggers me for some reason.
One thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old, forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Elodie Fordside and that Brandon fellow.